This car is actually one of 39, I think.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. On this channel, I like to showcase the automotive culture and the positive impact it has on its community. And if you're a car enthusiast or you're like anything about cars, please be sure to hit the subscribe button for future videos. Today we go behind the wheel again with AJ Mehta from Eurocharged Minneapolis. We go behind the wheel and we test drive a 1400 horsepower Nissan GT-R. Before we get into the video, I do want to note that the passenger that I have, Derek Waddell, in the in-car footage, he's the owner of Nightfall's Visuals on Instagram. He is in need of the car community's help. Derek has been diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and he's been hospitalized off and on for multiple weeks at a time for doctors trying to properly diagnose his disease and how to properly treat it. His mother started a GoFund Me account. I'm gonna go ahead and link that in the description. They really are in need, and I want to spread the word on helping them achieve their goal. And the best part is that we helped Derek and his family move on from this horrendous situation. So without further ado, let's get behind the wheel on AJ Mehta's 1400 horsepower Nissan GT-R.
So I had a 2010 Nissan GT-R, full bolt-ons. I was approached by a gentleman who had this car, and he said this was too much for him, too much for the street. He wanted something more simple. Lo and behold, I wanted a 4-digit horsepower car, and so we kind of just traded each other. I obviously put a bunch of cash on top, but this was my second 4-digit horsepower GT-R, and this car, really cool car, just very easy to drive. My wife actually daily drove it back in 2019 when we first got it. That's how nice it is. Just, you know, if you off boost, just normal cruising, AC on, runs like a regular car. My name's AJ. I'm the owner of Eurocharged Minneapolis and AJ's Garage. As you can see, this is my 2015 Nissan GT-R Black Edition in the deep blue pearl with the red black interior. This car is actually one of 39, I think, ever made. Pretty rare, unique car. This one is a little bit modified. It's got about 1,500 horsepower to the crank, about 1,200 wheel horsepower, and 1,100 wheel torque. Coming into the engine bay, it really looks like a stock engine. There's really, nothing that's distinguishing of showing 1,200 wheel horsepower, but you'll see the charge pipes, blow-off valve, breather cap, and then Boost Logic's auxiliary radiator coolant tank. You got flex fuel system here. It's from Visconti. I really like their products, so it's nicely made, nice quality, works well. And then I've got the beauty kit, so it's got all the blue anodized fittings. I mean, it goes everywhere, even deep underneath the intake. I did not actually do the build on this, but I know the guy who did. It was built in, I believe it was 2018 by Jack's Transmission out in Colorado. So it's an AMS Alpha motor that was built and assembled and then sent to Jack's, coupled with the Jack's built 1100 drag trans. So it's the heavy duty, badass setup. It's got the 300 millimeter DSS axles, wheels and tires, full suspension upgrades, a bunch of carbon fiber on the thing. So this carbon splitter here is actually blue carbon. I don't know if you can see it in the light here, but it's a unique piece. Kind of matches the blue on the car, obviously. It's got clear side markers, which you'll see. So I bought this car, and then 3 days later, we went to Power Cruise. I had never driven a 4-digit horsepower car like that immediately after buying it without testing on the street or nothing. Going down the straightaway at Brainerd was my first wide open throttle pull. And the first one, the second one, I was jittery. Like, it was just, holy crap, this thing is just stupid fast. I think it was like a month after that we did the half-mile event. And again, I was used to the high speed at that point, so it wasn't horrible. But we went to, I think it was Joliet, Illinois. There's an air base there. It's a half-mile road. And it's a half-mile of like acceleration and then another half-mile of braking. This car hit 189 in the half-mile. Advan wheels, 20-inch, and then Toyo R88Rs. And then for brakes, I've got gyro discs upgraded. They're actually cryo-treated rotors too, so they're supposed to be really strong, long-lasting. Those are 395 millimeter rotors, so they're actually bigger than the stock, which is, I believe, 385. We did a Accutech data log. It does 1.35 G that way on the acceleration, off the line, which is just insane. So you look like you're reaching for the sky almost. It doesn't lift the tires, but it sure feels like it. So, coming to the back, again, the Advent wheels. I've got, so the dry carbon spoiler is factory on the black edition, but it's got the matching dry carbon lower diffuser. And then you also see this really wicked diffuser down there. If you get a close-up on the fins here, you can see that they have been grounded on the ground. That's how low this thing gets when I'm accelerating.
All right, guys, we are now in the Nissan GT-R, the 2015 blue GT-R that we just got done interviewing AJ on. You guys recognize this guy. This is Derek.
Yep, I'm with on Nightfall Visuals on Instagram.
Yep, and so we're taking this out. Derek has had experience in my GT-R. He has driven my GT-R and also ridden it, so he feels roughly what mine feels like. This one, on ethanol at least, probably makes about double what mine makes. But luckily, just because it's been on 93, just because it's been in storage over the winter, it is nowhere near that. So AJ says right around about 800. So regardless, it should be somewhat close. So just from the start, everything really seems pretty normal to what my GT-R feels like. Just a couple updated things, like I don't know if you noticed, like how clear the resolution is compared to mine.
Yeah. Just a little bit newer.
Yeah, just a little things. I mean, everything, you know, just seems a little bit more refined than mine. AJ, like he mentioned, he has the black edition, so he has a couple more upgraded items in his interior than mine. But they're relatively very similar. His is definitely noisier than mine.
It's not significantly noisier though.
No. I mean, it still feels like a stock car. Like, definitely feels like a stock car. But drives completely normal. Yeah, just starting this up and getting into it, you wouldn't really notice that it has 1,400 horsepower. And being that this was on storage, I don't want to get on it when the temps are still a little cool. We got trans temps at 163, engine at 167, and coolant at 172, and that's pretty normal for what I like to have it at. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little second gear pull right here. Spool up. All right. Whew.
It's quick.
Yeah, she definitely cooks. I feel the G-force for sure on that.
Something I noticed with your GT-R and this one, both, the power is so smooth. You can tell you're going fast, but it's tame.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's almost like the higher, I mean, the more the acceleration, the more it just gets planted. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I feel comfortable until you run out of road. I mean, that's really what happens.
A little wheelie.
Yeah. But I think that's the best part about the GT-R is that it's not necessarily a driver's car.
I mean, I still have a ton of fun.
No, I mean, there's a reason why I bought one. But you can just tell, like, it's, and I'm cool with that. That's what I want. I don't want anything that is going to be dramatic on the road. You know what I mean, like a Corvette or something like that, rear-wheel drive.
It's a highly rated car, but I think it's overrated.
Correct. Yeah.
Deserves it. So.
definitely different than mine. Oh my goodness. So that's the end of the video, guys. If you stuck around till the end, thank you. I do appreciate that. A big thank you also goes out to AJ for letting me drive his cars, review his cars, and help him share his story about the vehicles that he owns. I will leave all the information to Eurocharge Minneapolis down in the description below. I'll also include AJ's Garage, which is his car dealership business as well. If you're looking for a supercar or any type of a car, he's the man to contact. He's the man to talk to. He'll get you sitting in the right car. So that being said, we will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you. Peace.